Hello everybody, welcome back to Banished here on Night Ghost 49. You've got Night Ghost and you've got Lennox the Kitty Cat. I don't know if you guys are hearing purring, but he's happy to be here too, and I'm happy to show you what's going on. We are currently playing the new and updated mod for Banished. Well, I just had a blank there, sorry, but this one is the Curse of the Golden Llama. It was Excellent Adventure, we were playing that before, but the mod creator has updated the mod, and we're going to play that. So why don't we name this Llamadon? Okay, and with the mod, I'm going to do this as a kind of how-to a little bit, and what the mod features are. So these mods add in different terrain types. You've got your valleys, your mountains, and then all of these are the CC, the Colonial Charter added features. We've got flat plains, lake waters, swamp valleys, bleak mountains, verdant plains. You've got sand lakes and a desert, and each have different climates. So I'm going to do something a bit different, and we'll probably do. Oh gosh, I haven't done this. Sand lakes or desert. Let's do sand lakes. You can go terrain size. I'm going to do very large. The map is going to be huge. The climate, I'm not going to make it harsh, but since we're doing sand lakes, maybe I'll make it tropical. I will turn disasters off because they're an absolute pain. And then there's different settings. Holy cow. For the sake of us, showing this off and learning, I'm going to do Curse of the Golden Llama. I didn't put an extra L in llama. Look at you, Night Ghost. We're going to do easy, or we're going to do medium. Medium, you don't start with homes. It's basically the medium setting, but with the Golden Llama. So let's get going. It does take a minute to load in, but not usually when you first start, but it does get pretty long load-ins once you've got a city going up. We're going to go with the same goal. I'm going to try to hit that 950, 1,000 mark. It is very difficult to get your population that high, so I'm going to play on speed 10, and I'm going to build up a lot of food as quickly as I can. Now, if I remember correctly, on medium, I believe you start with seeds, either orchard seeds or farming seeds, but you don't start with animals, but I could be wrong. So when we load in, I'll pause it, we'll zoom in, we'll see if we start with any animals. It's a pretty big leg up. I've slowly started to kind of, I don't know if perfect is the right word, but adjust and tweak the the way I lay out my cities. I normally play with disasters on, so I do that, 1, to eliminate disaster spreading like crazy, and 2, just to optimize kind of growth and stuff like that. Okay, there's some deer right here, but I think these are just normal deer. So if they run off, we're good. But if they stick around, then we'll have to build a ranch and we can keep deer. You can keep deer now. They give you leather, bone meal, and venison. Here's the llama, the cursed llama. Oh, it's actually like underneath. Oh, usually you can see like inside just a little bit, like there's a cave. Oh, well, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And here we are. Oh my gosh. This map is going to be difficult. Haven't even looked at the whole thing, and I know it's going to be hard. So let's go ahead and put our professions over here. I always put at least a couple people working. I like to have my map. As you can see, we've got lots of lakes. We are right near... Let's see, this is the river right here that the boat will go through for trade. So we've got a big open area here with lots of resources. We have open area. Well, we'll build here. We'll build a bridge here. We'll probably use this for mining because in these open areas, it's not as advantageous to actually strip them down and flatten the land, because I've got the Colonial Charter mod actually has a flattening tool mod built in, which is very nice. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start a stockpile and get everybody going. First thing, we need to get resources, and then we need to build a few homes and food. Those are our top priorities. There's a button right here to collect stone and iron at the same time. We're going to go ahead and use that. We're going to harvest trees and actually harvest all the ones really close by, because we're going to take them down anyway eventually and let them do their thing. I'm actually going to hold off on doing houses first. We're going to do... let's see. Let's do our standard that we always do. Let's do Gatherer's Hut. We'll do a hunting cabin. And we'll build the trees. Now, in the Colonial Charter mod, there are different options for trees. There's your normal forester. It plants the normal trees that you get in the game. We have the forester new trees, so it's like a variety of trees. It's really cool. Then we have the palm trees, hardwood forester, and the hardwood new forester, which is like a variety of hardwood trees. Hardwood is for furniture making. It's pretty lucrative, to be honest with you. But to keep with the theme of the kind of tropical deserty thing, we're going to go with palm trees because it's fun, dang it. There we go. Okay. We'll quickly build a road out here to make this a bit more efficient. And I will show a couple more things as well. Now, we have the fish, the gathering huts, the apiary, which we had before, and now you don't have to set it to do beeswax or honey. It does both automatically, but it doesn't do as much. So I used to do these right away because they're a decent source of food right off, and they're not so much anymore. We have tidal pools now. They harvest oysters, mussels, crayfish, and seaweed. I'm going to go ahead and build one because they're kind of neat, and they actually produce a decent amount of food. Then we also have the wharf ship, which requires some more kind of higher level stuff that we currently don't have. So we're going to go ahead and hit this to speed 10. We're going to tell our people to actually, collect those resources, collect these resources. And then when they're done, we're going to go ahead and plan things out here. Now, because there's so much stone, I'm going to go ahead and make stone homes. We're going to need probably 5, if I remember correctly. We're also going to need a woodcutter's spot, so we'll do that right here with a little road in the mix. And there we go. So that's what we need currently. We've got our food stuff going up right here. We have, oh gosh, I should probably like crank out the builders here. And then we need to make sure we don't forget to make a blacksmith for tools. So they're currently taking out stuff right here. They've already finished the gatherer's hut. Let's turn the food up to 50,000 from 5,000 because, let's be honest, we'll go and put 2 people on there, get them to start working. The food that we have right now, we will run through it very quickly. Anyway, I'm really excited about this. In my free time, which is very little, I have actually been putting a decent amount of hours into this game, messing around with it, seeing if I really wanted to do kind of a let's play or just showing it off. Because every time I do it on stream, people will pop in and they'll ask tons of questions. They'll say, Night Ghost, like, what the heck? How do you do this? How do you do that? We're going to remove weather effects. I apologize. Dang it. It was 7 minutes in, and I still had the weather effects. I like the weather effects, but they do not show up very well on recordings. So I apologize for that right away. I'm going to put a second stockpile up just to have ready. Yeah, you see how the deer are gone? We don't have any animals. Ooh, but we should check. We can just do this real quick. Yeah, so you can just put a little plot there. I have spinach and potatoes. Okay, that's actually a big deal. Food is really not going to be so much of an issue anymore. Like, I'm just going to be straight up with you on that one. Like, it's just not going to be a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and make a bridge here. All of this needs to be done, right? Like, I'm planning really far ahead at this point. Normally on my crop fields, I found that 14 by 14 is very efficient with just 2 people, and then very, very efficient if you have people living close with 3 people working it. I'm not gonna, okay, actually, yes, I am. I'm gonna put 1 person here on the tidal pool. I was gonna say let's let everything get built first, but crap, it's autumn. All right, guys, prioritize the houses. Let's go. This is not good. You have to finish these homes like right now. They're prioritizing picking up resources, which I don't blame them. They've got 2 removal right here. We'll get crop fields ready. Are the crop fields? Yeah, crop fields ready for the winter. For the summer. We'll get them ready in the winter. I know words and they know me. Let's see. Oh, 1 person has become a laborer. Now, this first batch of people, they're not going to be educated. We already know that. It's going to be fine. But I want to get the second batch educated as quickly as possible. Let's get firewood going right here. And we'll have them finish up this home. See, look, most of the building is kind of done. We've got a bridge. We've got this to finish and the house. So why don't we come over here? Let's get the hunter's lodge with somebody in it. Let's get the forester with somebody in it as well, with a limit of 2,000 wood. Now, something I've learned, most of the time, everyone has seen me do the firewood economy. Still very viable, but there are better options that are a little bit easier to get to, I think, and they still revolve around the forester. So a lot of them is furniture making. You can do it very quickly. You can do hardwood, which is worth more. You can do normal furniture, which is worth a little bit less, but still significant amount of value that you can use at the trading post. And I'll show that off here because it's so good. Now, we're extremely low on food, so I'm going to go ahead and reallocate people, get them going over here. There we go. So Gatherer's Hut is fully going. It's cranking away. And the Hunter's Lodge as well. I really wish I could have the effects, because at least the snow, just to show that it's winter. It's still 50-something degrees because we chose the tropical area, the tropical climate, which I haven't done before. I'm used to having to worry about clothing like a lot and it being a very big deal. You know what? It's late winter. Let's go ahead and finish off this crop field, and then I'm going to queue up another one. I always try to leave room between a building and my crop field so that I can put roads in the middle of it, or around them. Now, the reason I do that, if you're wondering, is because it makes people more efficient just running and picking up stuff from the field. They seem to be able to collect a lot faster, which is probably the biggest concern. If you're getting into your winters and you're not collecting everything, it's because they're just not picking it up quick enough. So it's early spring. Let's go ahead and do potatoes. We'll put 2 people on there. We've pretty much just allocated everybody in every which way. And this is why I play in speed 10. It's really important just to get going, because it takes forever. These crops right here are going to make it to where we can build tons of homes very quickly and not actually worry about food so much. So we've got the food coming in from the Gatherer's Hut, which, let's check on that. We're doing just fine. They've added ginger to the game. Ginger is used. I use it to trade. It's only worth 1, but you get a ton of it. But they use it for healing herbs and things like that. Hunting cabin. We're still getting leather and venison, which is fantastic. And something, when we get more people, there is something you can do. You can butcher animal meat. And what that does for you is it makes sausage, meat cuts, but not only that, it makes tallow, which you can use to craft into, candles. So I'll put a deer butcher right there. And let's put down a few more homes. There we go. There we go. And we'll just let this keep going. I think they're still gathering a handful of resources out here, which I'm not going to interrupt. I want them to continue to bring those in. Our stockpiles are looking good. Our storage barn is looking good. Before I forget, we need a barracks. A barracks? No. I wish there were barracks in here, but there's not. We need a blacksmith. Now, if you go over here into your bar, you have to click on refined resources, and there's a ton of new options. The first one is fabrics and fibers, which we'll go into later. The next one is smithing and crafting, and the first one in here is your blacksmith, and that's where you want to get that. Now, we'll be in this menu quite a bit, because this is how we make charcoal. This is how we're going to make... Here's the jointer. We make furniture. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to sneeze. At least I feel like I am. Whew. You guys hate that? It's like... Then you talk about it and it doesn't happen. Anyway. So it's summer. We really should start seeing the sprouts come up from this. I wonder if potatoes are a bad plant in this climate. Because it's 94 degrees. And that is a mechanic now to where food will only grow in certain... Like, I tried to grow pumpkins in this warmer climate, and it doesn't really work. Or if it was too cold all the time, it didn't work, but potatoes did just fine. You know, and I think that's going to be the deal. And our food situation is not the best, but we still have other stuff, doing its job, which, that reminds me, let's check on the tidal pool. Look, they brought in oyster, seaweed, pearls. That's right, they find pearls every now and then too, and crayfish, which the pearls you can trade. They're worth a lot less than I thought. Yeah, see, this isn't going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work. Let's set it on spinach, and we'll see next season if we can get a harvest out of that. That was just pathetic. It did nothing. Oh, wait, they got one little thing. 2 potatoes. That's 1 potato for each of you. Now, if you can live off of that. Are they still harvesting, technically? Yeah, they're bringing up all the little green nubs. Look, 13 potatoes. This should be yielding almost 1,000. Between 700 and like 950 every season. If you're doing it, you know, fairly efficiently. Sorry, I was a little parched there. Took a little drink of water. So we've built the one house over here, and they've already occupied that. We've got the other house over here, which I don't know why they're not building. Let's go ahead and set that as priority. And let's get that going, because we need to start pairing off. We've got a few families that could pair off, and we're going to be okay on food next season. We'll get this doing spinach. We'll see if it works. If not, I'm going to abandon this. We're going to really crank off on these forester lodges, start building up a supply of furniture, and then from there, we'll start trading and getting new seeds. So while we're just waiting, let's just blanket collect all of these resources. There we go. Is any up here? Oh, there was a little bit up there hiding. We're down to 12 tools. Not the best. Oh, look. More people moved in. Can we pair off anybody else again? Got a boy, and we've almost got a girl ready. Oh, we have got a girl ready right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and build another home for them. And here we go. The deer butcher. Do we have venison? We have 420 venison. Now, the thought is this will actually stretch that food out. It'll make it go further. So we'll hire somebody in there. They'll bring the venison in. They'll chop it up into these meat cuts and the sausage and tallow, and it makes more food. And I think it adds to your food variety, which increases your health. But I'm actually not sure. I haven't tested that yet. So don't quote me on that one. Let's just build some roads around here. Roads will make your people super, super efficient. I was playing a game earlier today, and I had dirt roads, but my city was getting huge. And it really was a city. It was getting huge. Let's go ahead and employ somebody here at the Blacksmith. And I put down brick roads, and it's like 3 times faster. They're just cruising along. And when you've got such a large area and multiple markets and all this other crazy stuff going on, it really, really helps. So let's take a look down here. We'll build some mines down here. Lots of new resources here. Our wooden bridge is done. We can expand out this way. We can always do our standard kind of setup that we did right here, where we do the Forester Lodge. We've got the hunting cabin, which is bringing in a good amount of food, and the Gatherer's Hut. These will always do very, very well for you. Farms are more efficient, but the Gatherer's Hut is still one of the best things in the game, hands down. Okay, now that we've got some free people that are just kind of chilling here, we're going to have them build up the stone houses. You know, I could just do mines right here. I'm kind of a dingbat. All right. That's actually a good point. Now, if you go into here, the resource production, there's new things in here. We've got the shore house, which I think all of us kind of knew about already, right? Like, we've seen that in the previous one. That's a good deal. Oh, it's spring. See, I can't tell without the weather effects on. I'm sitting here talking like I've got nothing to do. We've got the silkworm huts, and then we have the ores and minerals, which we've got our standard mines, which we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and create one. We'll just get one right there for iron. We have got a quarry for stone, which is pretty normal. So I'm gonna just put that right smack here, lined up with our bridge. And let's get those two things built first, and that way, if we need to and we can't collect stuff off the ground, we have a way to gather the resources that we currently need. There's also these precious mines. They require lumber, which is something that we don't have right now. It's not wood. Lumber is actually cut up wood. It takes a while to make, to be honest with you. And then there's these placer mines. You put them near the water side, actually, and they're like pan for gold, essentially. It's a gold rush. It's gold. And then there's the forest lodgers that I showed you earlier. So we don't have a lot of extra people right now. Let's check our population, see if we can make another house. And look, we've got more people living together. We'll just say they're like fifth cousins, and not think about the fact that they're very related. On this channel, we don't think about that. At least not when we're playing Banished, right? Death weird. Night ghost. Oh, see, look, the spinach. It's actually starting to yield already. It's summer, and it's raised itself above 0. That's a good sign. All right. With these guys working, okay, this one's already starting to supply everything that we need. I'll go ahead and do another blanket order of, hey, get all the resources here just in case. I like these palm trees. Don't you guys? Look at them. There's a lot of, like, purple flower and stuff. Like, the detail here in the mod is very, very nice. Super, super impressed. Oh, I didn't notice this. Look, there's a sign when you zoom in for the type of animal. Holy cow. That is thoroughly exciting. So look, we've made meat cuts, sausages, tallow, and then we've got this season, it's even more. We currently have we still have enough venison, so we're not like taking away from the main supply while it's working on it. We're doing just fine. We're sitting around that 800 mark, even with building new homes. Really? Wow, spinach isn't going to do very good either. Holy crap. Okay, I really think I'm going to just abandon this idea. In fact, let's cancel this one. Another thought, though. I don't know how this actually starts. Let's go to food. We'll go to the dense orchards. Did they give us anything? Oh, they gave us pecans. Okay. Okay. That's actually good. Let's let them harvest this. That's at least better, but we're going to turn this off. Like, seriously, that's crap. We won't farm here. We'll use this for other stuff, for homes and things like that. We'll use it for some infrastructure that we need. Oh, look, it's starting to grow more. Good for you, friend. Good for you. All right. Yay, spinach. At least it was more than the potatoes. All right, let's do some pecans. We've already got 2 farmers. They're going to come here and start planting trees. All right, so the medium start does give you a few things to work with. That is very, very good. All right, so we've got our mine built. We've got our quarry on the way. And we've got our stockpiles over here. Okay, good. We've got a lot of good stuff going on. And a house. In fact, let's go ahead and make that a priority so that we can actually start having some families going. Because we've got 12 kids that will become adults. And you know what? I'm just not going to mess around. We're going to do a school right away. We'll do this house, then we'll do a school. I would rather them be educated right away. Because they're just so much more efficient. Like, big time. Llama is a place of education and learning. And a place where we don't go into the half-sunken native monument. Because it's dangerous. What happens there is, if you send people in and they die, it automatically replaces them. And then you can find native artifacts that are worth, like, have a value of 2,500, which is a ton. So that's pretty exciting. Now remember, we can upgrade stuff like the storage barn. We can double upgrade it, but I need to build another one for it to move its goods to. So we're currently in the winter. Look at that. They planted the trees. They're going to grow in the winter. It's going to take about 2 or 3 seasons for those to actually yield anything. Now, with that being said, that means that we don't have really any proper additional food sources. So we're going to go ahead and make a fishing dock. Maybe? Oh, wow, that's like... It does not want to sit there nicely. You know what? I'm sure we could fit a tidal pool in here, and if not, there's other things that we can do. Okay, there's a tidal pool. Another, please? We would like to eat. Thank you. Okay, never mind. We're not going to do a tidal pool. The quarry is getting to the point where it's almost done. They need... Well, they've cleared stuff. They haven't actually put anything in there. Oh, right. Teacher. Ah, we missed a student or two. That's fine. We'll get those guys in there. Let's go ahead and queue up another barn for good measure. And then we've got everything else queued up. We'll make the... I always like to do, like, more workers, more builders than I have workers up front. But when your city gets larger, a lot of people don't understand that you have to have, like, a percentage of your population as general laborers just to move goods around. And I think a lot of people don't know that, or they kind of forget about it. It makes a big difference. Oh, little pecan trees. Look at you go. We couldn't do potatoes, so we couldn't make vodka. Alright. We're good on fuel. In fact, let's go ahead and crank that up to, whoops, to 400. 400 fuel limit. That's a very low limit for me. Normally I'm at like 4,000 to 8,000 just to sell a bunch of goods. Okay, can we pair off anybody else again? Looks like no. We have a bunch of girls and we don't have enough boys. But that'll change soon, actually. That'll change real soon. Alright, I think I'm going to make a cut here. We've got what we need. We're going to lower all this stuff. We're going to set the limit at 1,200. And I like to control how many people can actually go into it. And you'll see why later when we start doing the other mines. 1,200 materials. We'll put those at 2,000. And we'll get into materials as well. Alright, thanks everybody for joining. I'll let this run maybe just a bit more to get a couple more things built. Like our tidal pool over here. Yeah, I'll let these finish and then I'll come back. Thanks everybody for joining. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, all those things that everybody always says in the videos. It actually does help. And I'm trying to increase our viewership here because it's so much dang fun. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining. Check me out on Twitch if you can. I stream there at NightGhost49, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.